Hi, welcome everyone. Lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. Today, it was so much easier for me to connect. Please, if you are live, I can see some of you live. If someone could let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I hope you can. Forgive me because I had some food before the call and a piece of seasoning, I guess, landed in my throat. Therefore, I may have to cough from time to time, but I'm still showing up. Hi, yes, can see and hear you. Perfect. Thank you, Anna. Lovely to have you here. Audio and video, all good again. Thank you. Yeah, this is what I will probably have to do throughout to clear my throat a little. And I find it fascinating that I knew that these calls and YouTube lives will lead me to an expansion, but for us to expand, we have to go through the discomfort. And last time, of course, it was my first live and I had the issues with connecting to it. And I was like, yeah, everything will be fine today. But just, 1 hour before was my throat. So I was like, okay, thank you. I can see, but I'm still showing up. Today, we are doing the collective connection series through water. If anyone has seen the first one, which was the earth, we are going with the flow, but if you haven't seen it, I recommend you to come back to it after this one. So what we are doing, we are learning to establish our consciousness in here and now, treating each element as a portal or perhaps as a connecting link, so we can connect with one another. We can notice that the barriers that we have between one another are only in our mind, right? Through the illusion of separation. And as we drop into each element, we start to connect to the oneness that we are. And today is beautiful water. Water is a symbol of creativity, flow, surrender. It can be very gentle, like sometimes the river stream, or it can be very forceful, like the waterfall, for example, right? It always follows the path of least resistance. And for me, as the earth always is a symbol or connection to my body, I treat water as a gateway to my emotions and connect to my emotions, because it's the fluidity of emotions. And also I see water in a way that if my emotions are stuck, it's like the water is frozen, the ice that solidifies in our body. And then when we allow the water to be witnessed by our consciousness, our soul, which is the fire element, which we will go into on Sunday, we melt the ice, we allow the water to come back to the flow, and we even let it evaporate. So this is where water is for me. I invite you also to contemplate about it. If you are on my mailing list, you have received a PDF with questions, some journaling questions on Monday. And if you haven't, I believe the link is underneath the video, so you can download it now if you wish. And shall we start? Let me just firstly, let's take a collective breath. I feel it's time for our collective breath. Whether you are live or watching the recording, especially when you're watching the recording, imagine that we are with you together. We are meeting in the quantum field beyond this 3D reality. So I invite you to gently close your eyes, settle into your seat, and let's take an inhale through the nose. Hold. And on the exhale, move the energy down and say to yourself, I am here. Notice yourself being here. And notice the fluidity that is within you, your fluid nature, the blood running through your veins, any liquid that is running through your body, your saliva, the liquid covering your eyeballs, even the moisture of your skin in certain places, perhaps, especially when you sweat. And without judging it as being bad or disgusting, can we just honor the waters of our body, in our body? All the liquid in the stomach, all the watery nourishments of organs. There is so many places where the water resides in our body and we might not even be aware of. We constantly circulate the water. We drink water. We nourish our body with water and then we secrete it, allowing it to come back to the earth for constant circulation. And now notice your emotions, the nature of your emotions, if you are feeling anything at this moment, or perhaps what you are feeling. Any emotions or sensations. This is the language of our body when we feel emotions and sensations within. It's how our soul communicates with us. So now I invite you to take some ocean breath with me, because we are working with the water element. I feel like it would be nice to bring the ocean theme into this space. And if you are familiar with it, you can start practicing inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And if you are new to this, imagine that when you take an inhale through the nose, you can exhale first through the mouth and imagine you are fogging up a mirror. So you are doing slight constriction at the back of your throat. And when you are fogging up a mirror, it would be like, you can even place your hand in front of your mouth and just feel this change air quality. You can do a few rounds with your mouth open. And then do the same with your mouth closed. So close your mouth, but still have the constriction at the back of your throat. And exhale with this constriction. And even make your inhale with that constriction. So we are creating this in and out flow of air through the constricted throat, and that creates a little bit of the sound of ocean. So I'm gonna start breathing myself, and don't worry about getting it wrong. If you can do it wrong, just breathe normally, deep inhales and exhales. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can hear me, it should sound something like this. Allow your breath to come back to your natural rhythm wherever you are, noticing any shift in the energy of your body. And ask yourself, can I sit a little bit more comfortable? And can I sit deeper in myself, in my being, whatever it means for me? And I'll give you a moment to just wriggle yourself into perfect position for this moment. And now for a moment, I just want you to contemplate, where does the water come from? We could say perhaps it comes from the earth, or it comes from the sky, the rain. Maybe you have some other answer. But as I started contemplating deeply about this, I realized that when I drink water, it's the same water that my ancestors were drinking. It's the same water that your ancestors were drinking. That water keeps circulating through this earth in different states, different forms, but it's the same water, unified water. Here, water goes to the earth, is recycled, by Mother Earth and then comes back to us through the rain or through the tap, in whatever way, for a spring, fresh spring. And our body is a channel, serves as a channel for water to flow through us and then release. Isn't it amazing that the water connects us all? Just by drinking, we can connect to the past and present of the whole world, because water has information in it. And now I would love you to imagine yourself as a drop of water with all of you, all your memories, all your experiences. Imagine, visualize, feel yourself that the weight of your body just dissolves, disappears. And you are a drop of water. Drop of water that is perhaps carried on a leaf of a tree. And as you feel yourself as the separate water, holding yourself in this drop, allow yourself to experience now falling of this leaf into the river, allowing yourself to come back to the river so it can carry you home. And you are following the path of least resistance, surrendering to the flow of life, allowing yourself to flow. And you notice that there are other drops in this river that fell off the tree. And me and you are in this river now, flowing, feeling this connection. As we fell into the river, there is no me and you anymore. It's just we, us, one. And we keep flowing and flowing, carried by life. Until we reach the beautiful ocean, merging with more water drops, but that became one with all. As the famous Rumi quote says, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." What if the entire ocean is within you, within that drop that you identify yourself with? And what if it means that this collective connection that we are embodying here, establishing and experiencing in this moment? What if this collective connection is always here? What if this is just our forgetting that doesn't allow us to see it? But it doesn't mean that it's not here. As you are in my awareness, in my drop, the entire universe is included in my drop, the same. I am in your drop. And all the information from the world, including all these beautiful beings, are in the drop of you. That right now feels that it has no barriers, no separation. It's just one body of life. And if you can't tangibly feel it yet, maybe your mind is telling you that you're doing something wrong or it's not working. Just notice this, don't fight it. But go underneath that thought, and notice, what if you could dive a little deeper? What if you could dive to the experience that you haven't experienced yet? I call this series New Codes of Remembrance. So what if this is a new experience? And if you've experienced it already before, what if you could find some new angle, new meaning, new felt sense to this experience without trying to identify with it or label it as the same? What if there is always freshness in this now moment? And you are now swimming in the ocean of love, of divine union. And you are noticing the heat of the sun. And as the sun starts warming up the waters, taking this experience with you, taking the experience of unity, of love, of remembrance, allow yourself to condensate, to evaporate up, up, up into the sky, into a beautiful cloud. And the cloud to condensate into another drop that falls into your body, into the room you are sitting in, here and now, through your crown chakra. The drop of you comes back into the body and is now felt, remembered, experienced here and now. Now let's take a few deeper breaths. to awaken our body to this knowing. And in your own time, you can gently start moving, stretching, allowing the drop of you to see and experience life through this body. Opening your eyes and seeing this world through a different lens, perhaps, remembering this oneness. Welcome back. Welcome back anew. I feel water in my eyes, which is very symbolic to this experience. I really felt it deeply, and I did not know where this experience will lead me, to be honest. I know, and as every day I tune into myself and I pray and I connected to water. I went actually to the lake before this call, and Allah asked for the water to move through me and guide me. And yeah, I very much felt this surrender today. So thank you for allowing me to present it. I don't know if that's the right word. Guide you through this guidance. Beata, my heart smiled during the oceanic breathing, and I loved the contemplation on the water and its connections. The ocean drops, also waving. Hi there, Anna. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Oh, and you put balance, peace. Thank you as well. I absolutely love this Elements series. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy you are guys connecting here, and I am happy I can be of service. It is my true honor to do something that seems so effortless for me and so natural. And I think I've mentioned it in one of the emails that sometimes it feels like for me it's so obvious that I feel like, oh, maybe it's too simple to share it with people. But then when I remember back when it wasn't so obvious for me, so it's like, oh, I can see so much depth in there. And I know every one of us is different, and we are learning from one another through our experiences, through our contemplations, through our stories. So that always brings me back. It's like, yes, the things that I'm the most embodied with and that come with the greatest ease are the gifts that I am here to share with the world, right? It shouldn't be a struggle for us. It should come easy, like the river flowing. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you again for the connection with Air on Friday at the same time, 6 p.m. BST. And yeah, drink some water, look after your fluid nature, and perhaps do some more contemplation or journaling about this experience and what's your relationship with water. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.